Well, folks, welcome back. It's Buck Buckner here in the bunker, and I just want to give a shout out to all my bunkerites out there, all you in your little bunker. I know Big Buck here is in the big bunker, and just knowing you're out there in your little bunkers just makes the silence a little more bearable for this old Buck Buckner, and the silence freaks me out, folks. It just freaks me out, the silent majority, and the cover-up on Bigfoot is the perfect case. And you take my 1090 rule, and it's pretty obvious that if just 10% of the eyewitness accounts are accurate, and we know the number's much greater than that, then Bigfoot exists. And if Bigfoot exists, where's the evidence? And that's what leads me to the cover-up. The silent majority, quite frankly, the fringe middle, is covering this up. And that's why we are very fortunate to have on today an expert, a cryptologist, studies Sasquatch. He's been studying for decades, and quite frankly, his work is fascinating. Dr. Stan Gundy, welcome to the show. How are you doing today? And welcome to the bunker.
Why, thank you, Buck. Yeah, well, let me tell you. I have been a researcher at the University of Southern North Dakota now in cryptozoology for the last 25 years.
Well, thank you. You're just too kind, and you know, what's the saying? Well, there's a lot of sayings. Let's move on to the first question. Tell us about maybe the first time, your first encounter with Bigfoot after 30 years of your research. I'm really interested to hear, well, not even your best time that you had an encounter with Bigfoot. So I'm really curious to hear that.
I have yet to see a Sasquatch or Bigfoot in person.
So let me get this straight then. I assumed if you were a doctor on Bigfoot that you would have had to have proof. And, well, maybe you do have proof that you saw him. Maybe, well, you know, it goes to show, Dr. Gundy, and is it okay? I'm just going to call you Stan. We know each other so well from, you know, our passion about Bigfoot, and you know, neither have I seen Bigfoot. And what's that saying? Misery loves company, or maybe not. It's the wrong phrase. It's great minds think alike is what I'm trying to think. And it just goes to show that, you know, what do you think about my 1090 rule? That's, you know, if just 10% of the sightings are accurate, and we know the numbers are a lot higher than that, then Bigfoot exists, and that's rock solid proof. Maybe you could speak to that.
I apologize for the unfortunate fisticuffs that erupted at the latest cryptozoology symposium in Chicago last summer. I apologize again.
Well, that's just fascinating, Dr. Gundy. And folks, Dr. Gundy, we're going to have to, sorry to interrupt you, we're going to have to take a campfire break, and we'll be back, folks. You're in the bunker with Buck Buckner and special guest, Dr. Stan Gundy, and we'll be right back. Remember, folks, fear the silence, and we'll be right back.